Thank you. How are we doing? Come on in here, sweetie. So it's the last session of the day. So I felt like when I read this title, we needed to do this right. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if there is anybody in this room that has had a transformation of any way, shape, form, and fashion, I need you on your feet with your hands in the air screaming bloody freaking murder.
Come on. Come
Scream!
on. Woo!
Woo-hoo-hoo. You need to give at least 2 people a high five. At least 2. At least 2. Tell them you got this.
You got this.
Stay over here with me, Brett. Come here, bro. Man, this is going to be so good. Because it's the last session of the day, this must be very interactive. Yes or yes? Okay, so when I ask you this question, if Brittany and I were sitting with you for coffee at Starbucks, love me some coffee and could probably use some right now, and we ask you this question, what would the perfect challenge group look like for you? What would you say? Start throwing some things out at me. What would you say? Keep going. Back of the room, what you got? I totally heard all of those. There you go. So for me, I'm pretty sure that nobody said, I would love for my challenge group to be really boring. And for it, like group, maybe week 2, everybody falls off. And then it just, one person posted every day. And then nobody gets results. Did anybody say that? Probably not. So this is the deal. I know for me, I want my groups to be what? Engaged. Who said have fun? That's so it. Showing accountability, both them showing accountability and you as well. But more importantly, getting results. And I want you to write this down. You want your challengers to feel convicted in their soul that they need to take what you've taught them and pay it forward. And this is exactly what Brittany and I are going to be teaching you guys today.
But everything that we teach you here today, it can't stay inside this room. We know that you know the value of challenge groups, but we've got to be able to take that outside of these 4 walls. You hear me? So we have got to figure out how to communicate that to our teams. So you have this picture of the perfect challenge group. Before we get on to the transformation, we want to talk about why challenge groups are the backbone of our business. Why every single coach should be hosting valuable groups every single month. In a nutshell, challenge groups, they help people change their lives, right? I mean, is that true or is that true? They help people change their lives. They get started. They get going. They help you grow a business. Right? Challenge groups build relationships in those groups. They're duplicatable for your team. And these groups, they add a layer of accountability. And we all know with added accountability, that contributes to their success.
For sure. And what I need you guys, are you taking notes? Because smart people take notes, and you're not going to remember everything you've learned this weekend. I'm just telling you now. So take notes. I see you taking pictures. You always need something to invite people to. Write that down. You need a reason to reach out to people. Even before challenge groups existed, because yes, I've been in this for a really long time, and we did not always have challenge groups. We always had fit clubs. Brent and I had fit clubs to invite people to. There never, ever, ever is a week that goes by that Brent and I don't have something, one of these things, to invite people to. But I need you to listen to me, and I'm saying this with every bit of love. Every single one of you have a gift. And I don't mean like I'm about to give you a gift. I meant you have a story. Some of your story has already been manifested. Others of you are working on it right now. But every single one of you have a reason that you are here and that you need to be running these challenge groups. For some of you guys, you may still be on your journey, and guess what? You just need people to look at you as the go-to fitness person. I know when I first started, that's where I needed to start. I needed people to see me as the go-to fitness person. So a free 5-day group, maybe right up your alley. Who's seen success with a refresh? Be honest. Have you ever thought of just doing a 3-day refresh group? Or maybe a 7-day Shakeology group? I know for a lot of us, though, who's going to be doing a size group? Anybody? So you've got so many options. I'm going to tell you what Brittany and I do, which is simply every month, regardless of what program they're on, regardless of what they decide they need, as long as they have a program in Shakeology, boom, they're in our group. You've got to, though, find out what's going to work for you. But can you see that we don't go over and say, you should do a 90-day P90X group? Do you remember what the first bullet of our perfect challenger was? Engaged. What happens after like 32 days? Sometimes after 13 days. Yes, the engagement falls off. So the only thing we ask is that you take it 1 month at a time. They can always finish out their program, but every single month, did you write it down? You must have something to invite people to, okay?
What Allie and I want to do is take you through a step-by-step process, going from step 1 of the invitation all the way through to the transformation. So you might be wondering, okay, where do I start? The first step to creating challenge groups that work is setting the start date. That's the prep work. That's on you. You've got to look at a calendar, literally take out a calendar and look at it and pick your start date. When are you going to start? Once you've decided when you're starting, take that sucker back 2 weeks. And that's when you need to be focused on inviting. Of course, you're going to be inviting the whole month long, but that date is sort of a trigger for you to be really, really focused on inviting to that upcoming group. So, for me, my challengers, I've learned through trial and error that they really need a lot of times those 2 weeks to move some money around in their budget, to mentally prepare to commit to a challenge like this. So it really kind of gives them that leeway to make a good decision that they're really, really proud of. Inviting starts with a mixture of public posts, public invites, and personal invites. You guys know this. A public post, an example, it's like the nuts and bolts of your challenge group. When is it? What is it? Who are you looking for? When is the deadline for them to RSVP? That's what you post on your wall for your entire audience to see. That's the public post. Then we talk about the personal invite. Now, my first tip for you with a personal invite is don't overcomplicate it. Simply, if you know someone that would enjoy a challenge group or benefit from a challenge group, you invite them. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. An invite for me might sound something like, hey, I was just getting some stuff together for my next fitness challenge, and I thought of you. Have you ever considered joining one of my online challenge groups? I just posted about it on my wall. I'm not sure if you saw it. I wanted to see if you were interested. So, public and personal. You guys know that. But what if you linked them together? What if on the same day you posted your public invite, you sent out your personal invites? That way you can refer back to that public post. Hey, not sure if you saw my post, but some coaches also do events on Facebook. It's not necessarily something that Allie or I do, but it's definitely an option. So before we move to the next slide, I want to see a show of hands, so get ready. Have you ever crafted a public invite to a challenge group, posted it on your Facebook wall, you were real proud of it, and then it bombed? Crickets. Exactly. 2 likes, no comments.
I totally wish I had my phone up here to take a picture of that.
It just completely bombed. Okay, so you guys, you're looking at us up here. We're talking on a stage. Maybe you follow us on social media. You see how we post. But you're probably forgetting that we all started somewhere. You're probably forgetting that some of the mistakes that you've made, I guarantee that we've made. So I want to talk about some of our missteps. So these little guys are our missteps. So take a look at this picture here. What do you see? Oh, yeah, I love it. All right, yeah.
You're interactive. That's
awesome.
Go team.
Yay. So you see some stock photos, right? For the majority of us, these people are strangers to us. We don't know who these people are. And the problem with that is that it is real impersonal. You look at this picture here on, I guess that's your right. If you didn't look at the website, you wouldn't know that that's Allie's. That's Allie's misstep from back in the day. She's not in the picture. And these are not the best way to help people get started because they come across really impersonal. Another common mistake is these images, these posts that look like billboards. So these things look like they should be in an infomercial. there's the price slapped right on it, and immediately that looks like an ad. So really quick, if you see this, I don't want you to hang your head because maybe you posted this morning. I want you to treat this as a rite of passage. Everybody does it. Everyone does it. It's a rite of passage. We all do it. And those are literally our posts from our Facebooks, the mistakes that we've made throughout the year. So I want you to have comfort in that we've all made mistakes. All right, so we've talked about what didn't work for us. I want to talk about what has worked. You guys, what might come to mind real quick when you see these is that the coach is actually in the picture. You see some before and after pictures, but what if it wasn't a before and after picture? What if it was just somebody working out or doing their meal prep? It doesn't have to be a before and after picture. You see that here, but it doesn't have to be that way. Typically, when you are the image to your words, your audience can connect. So remember, your audience is following you, following your journey, because they want to see you. So don't post stock photos of strangers. Post yourself. They want to see you. At some point, eventually, you'll get to the point like mine on the far left where you'll have your own challengers' results to showcase. You'll have coaches on your team and maybe even fellow coaches in the network who have a great progress story that you can share. You have a personal connection to that. That's going to come. Heather Foltz in the middle and Lauren Duke on the right, they're showcasing their personal progress. You might be saying, yeah, but I don't have my personal progress yet. I don't have personal progress. I'm brand new. To that, I say just hop in your backyard with your selfie timer and do your favorite workout pose. It doesn't have to be a before and after. It can be a workout pose. That can be the image to your challenge group invite. Sorry. So you might be saying, yeah, but Brittany, I see all the time coaches posting that they're not in the picture and it goes really well for them. It works for them. And to that I say, yes, you're right, and I want to show you why. These are some social media wins. Again, this is our Allie on the left. This is her post, and I want to show you why this works. Every single person on that picture is someone that Allie has personally worked with. Those are her challengers. Those are her coaches, and she can speak personally to their journey. So if you're going to utilize someone else's success story, be sure that you can personally connect with their journey so that your audience knows that you have a personal relationship with them and it's not a stock photo.
Awesome. I think we should make a vow.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Raise your hand and repeat after me.
Put your hand up. I don't care which hand, right or left, who cares? Put your hand up.
Repeat after me. Okay, wait
a second.
Repeat
that was bad.
after me.
Say it like you mean it. Say I.
Pinky promise to be the image to my words.
I love it. You should probably write that down. Say, I just made a promise to Allie and Brittany that I will be an image to my words. Go team. So we told you we were going to do steps, okay? So what you have to realize is you've invited them. Guess what I call this? Invite and excite. You could totally steal that. It's totally stealable. You invite and excite them, but you have to get to know your prospects. And I hate the word prospects. You've got to get to know the people that are about to join your family. How many of you know your why? The why that you became a coach, the why that you're doing this, the why that you know that you've taken this passion that you have and you're turning it into your purpose. Put your hand in the air. How many of you know it? Come on, come on. I know some of you are like, I don't want to raise my hand. My arms are really sore. I did Shanti. Okay, put it back down. Put it back down. I got you. I got you. Just like you have to create your why, you have to make your challengers find theirs. There are people out there waiting for you to show up in their lives. And I want you guys to realize that it's such a big situation. There's people waiting for you to inspire them. Literally waiting to be inspired by you. But this is the deal. We invite them, and we excite them, and we word vomit on them. That's what happens. You get so excited, and you're like, rah, and you just, everything that you can think of, you just say it. And what we've done, everybody say thank you. We've created a fabulous handout that's going to be in the Coach app. So write this down, put a big star, go find the handout where we've put together our favorite, what we call them, interview questions. So I love to use, obviously making it the Alley version, the 5-step invite process document. So if you're a new coach and you have no freaking fracking clue what that is right now, write it down. I need to go into my Coach Online office, into the training library, and find, what's the document called? The 5-step invite process. This is step 2 of it. And I teach my coaches to live and breathe in step 2 with their team. Okay? Because the more connected you get with your team, the better it's going to be. So if you look at this slide, it's going to say, what kind of time do you have to commit to your workouts? That's what it said. That's one of the questions that's on your handouts. I have people, when I ask this question, who are like, every single day after work, I'm going to spend an hour focusing on this. But does that happen all the time? No. Most of the time, we've got mamas who've got like 5 kids, and they're like, the moment you ask them this question, they freak out and they reveal to you one of their limitations. Like, actually, this to me is one of the things I'm most nervous about. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. And they will hand it over to you to be able to combat, and it's really awesome. But can I give you my favorite? This is supposed to be interactive. Can I give you my favorite? All right, write this down. I'm going to talk really slow. I always, when I'm interviewing, say, can you please talk me through your big goal? Can you please talk me through your big goal? You say your big goal for yourself. Again, you're putting this in your words. And you simply say, outside of losing weight, outside of dropping pant sizes, what is it that you want to accomplish by joining our group? And then you say these words. What would the losing weight aspect allow you to do? How would it make you feel? When you talk about what would it allow you to do, or how will it make you feel, what you've done is all of a sudden their guard has been dropped. And they're going to pour their heart out to you. And I'm not going to tell you that you're going to be able to ask this one question and get all the answers that you need. You may have to go back and forth with them, using that handout, really diving into their why for this thing. But I'm going to tell you, if you can figure this out and find your niche with it, and really, really focus on it and practice it and practice it and practice it, guys, the whole mission, the title was from invitation to transformation. That's the title of this whole thing. And you're wanting to take them on this journey with you. And when you're able to get to know, truly know the people that you're actually working with, you're going to be able, there's a better chance you're going to get them from here all the way to here so that they too are able to stand up in a room like this, throw their hands in the air and say, I got a second chance at this thing called life. So what we want to do is make you realize that we're not going to go through the 5-step invitation process. Say thank you. Is there a PDF with the whole thing on it? The answer is yes. Where can you find it? Coach Online Office in your training library. What that's going to allow you to do is see what your next steps are. It's going to show you how you give them more information, either through a personal message, through videos, or even like I do, I love to do phone calls. But regardless, you're going to get limitations. How many of you have gotten any one of these things being told to you before? There you go. I know, it's a lot of arm work. Just alternate the arms. You're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I need you to understand that Brittany and I, I'm not even kidding you. These limitations come up every single time because the people that we're working with are changing their life. They're going through this ginormous, life-changing moment where they're about to make a humongous commitment. And when that happens, what's going to happen up here? Are they going to try to talk themselves out of it? Yeah. Are they going to try to think of every reason why this probably won't work? Yeah. And you need to know it's in your job description. Hey, you didn't know that when you clicked I agree to terms and conditions, it's in your job description to help your challengers get out of their own way. You should have said amen or something like that. Do you know what I mean? There you go. That works. Wake up. But you have to realize that. You have to help them. You have to help them overcome those limitations, overcome the things that in their head they're thinking that they can't accomplish.
And you guys, that starts with listening. Really, really, really listening. So many times we are just groomed to just talk, to just fill space and just talk. But as leaders, we've got to connect with our customers. We've got to really show them that we care about them. And how do we do that? We do that by listening to them. And again, not just listening for an opening for us to say what we want to say. We've got to really listen. Where do they need the help? Where do they need our support? I want you to listen to this and possibly write it down. Most people do not listen with the intent to connect. They listen with the intent to reply.
Write that down.
Don't worry, I'll say it again. Most of you do not listen with the intent to connect. You listen with the intent to reply.
Yeah, that's some deep. I feel like, preach it. Can we wake up? Everybody say, I got this. It's the last session of the day, guys. You're good. And we're about to give you our golden nugget. You got 3 words to write down. Feel, felt, and found. Please write that down. Write it down. Don't just take a picture. I want your hands pinned to paper. I want to see the tops of your head. What are the 3 words? What's the first one? Then. And anytime somebody gives you a limitation, that mom with 5 kids that tells you she doesn't have enough time or she's nervous that she won't have enough time, you simply say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And this is what I found. Okay, so let's say it together. I know how you, the same way, and this is what I. That needs to be permanently planted right here. This is literally what I say every single time somebody comes at me with that limitation, with that voice in their head, trying to talk them out of something. What you guys have got to learn is you've got to get it, and some of you are very analytical, and I say this, I love my husband so much. I am the feeler, and he is the thinker. And I just want you to know that some of you are going to have to get a little feely here, okay? This is what's going to have to happen because you've got to empathize with these people. You've got to say, like, I get where you're coming from. And when you do that, unbelievable things are going to happen. So can we become actresses real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you can't laugh at us because we're really not good actresses. I'm just going to say this, just going to put this out there. But I'm going to be the coach. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And she's going to be the challenger. How many of you have had somebody tell you that they're not sure if they can afford a challenge pack? So can we show you how we go about this? Yes or yes? Okay. So we're just gonna throw this out there. We're gonna throw it out there. We'll say that you really want to do PIO because I just did a Warrior 2 earlier. So we're just gonna say PIO. Yeah. Hey, boo. Okay. So you're gonna do PIO. She really wants a challenge pack because you really want a challenge pack.
Okay.
Okay. And I've gone through the process. I've invited and excited you. I've learned your why. We're so excited. I've gone through the 5-step invite process completely. And she asks me, how much does it cost? And all of you guys go, oh, meh. So I tell her, but I also tell her what it includes, right? What a challenge pack includes. And I get her even more excited. And then you're just going to tell me, let's just say your hubby lost his job. And do you think she could bake a good cake? Should we do a cake? Yes?
Cake.
She bakes cakes on the side. Can you bake a cake?
Yeah.
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 She bakes cakes on the side, and she's been making a little extra income for the family.
Okay.
Can you run with it?
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to go. Okay?
All right.
Okay? Everybody say that we can do this. Okay, here we go.
Okay, Allie, I really want to grab that PIO challenge pack and join your group. I think it would be exactly what I need. This is a little awkward, but I'm a little nervous, freaking out because money's a little tight. My husband just lost his job, and we're transitioning, trying to figure things out. I sell cakes on the side to try to make some extra income. I don't know that I can make it work this month.
So what do I say? I totally know how you, and what I. Boom. But you can take it a little bit deeper. I could say, I totally know how you feel. And I'm going to pretend I've known her since 4th grade. You've known me. You've been on this journey with me. And you know I know what it feels like to live paycheck to paycheck. Oh, my gosh. I totally get it. Mm-hmm. But what I found is if there's a want to, you will always, always, always find a way how to. And the crowd goes, poof. If there's a want to, you will always find a way how to, okay? Now, but I would also say to her, because I know she's going through a financial situation, I'm a Dave Ramsey fan myself, and I absolutely I totally know where you're coming from. And if you want me to sit down with you, we can sit down and figure this out, budget it out. I know that it's going to take a little bit of sacrifice, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. Never once, though, when I said any of that, did I try to convince her as to why she had to. I empathized with her. I let her know that I cared, and I told her I would be there, okay?
Yeah. So, as the challenger, what if I was bound and determined? What if I was like, you know what, yes, I'm going to make this happen. I post on my Facebook, I sell 4 cakes, I have the money to invest in my challenge group. What is the next step? Now what do? You've got a challenger willing, now what do? So I had already identified that I wanted the Pile Challenge Pack, right? If I hadn't, Allie, as my coach, would have taken the time to walk me through. We would have talked about what the best program is for me. Once we know what the best program is for me, Allie would then send me the next steps to order. So she's going to use that 5-step PDF that she told you about. It's in the invitation guide, and she's going to send me my order stuff, okay? So as a coach, I really like to tell my challengers to shoot me a message. Make them shoot you a message saying, I'm official, I signed up, I got my order. That way I can just make sure that they are all ready to go. I like to double check their order and make sure that I know that they're ready for the group. So go ahead and do that. Jot that down, because that's an action step that you can start filtering into your conversations, and it eliminates the awkward, what do I do next? Let them know. Message me when you're official, and I'll get you in the group. But what if that month I just wasn't ready to commit? What if, life happened and I just couldn't get there? What would you do as the coach? As her coach, you would simply say, it's all right. I host these groups every single month. So would you mind if I set a reminder to connect with you again in 1 more month to see if the timing is better? In the end, regardless of the outcome, you've invited, you've listened, you've excited them. And I just want to remind you, don't put them in the group until you've seen with your own eyes that order and you've double-checked it.
So true, so true. So what was the title of this? From invitation to transformation. So you've gone through the invitation process. She sold the cakes, she's in, she's doing Pio, she's going to change her life. And now what do? It's that moment where you've got all these people in a freaking group, and they're so excited, and everybody's talking, and it's like herding cats, and everybody's excited. And then what happens at week 2 and week 3 when there's only one person by themselves commenting? You're like, crap, this really sucks. Maybe I'm not meant for this coaching thing. So many of my coaches hit a wall. And I'm going to just reveal a very, very, very awful moment in my life. I will say my first challenge group was awesome, but our second challenge group bombed. So badly bombed that I just finally said, I'm over it, we're shutting down the group. Like, it's done, I can't fix this, I'm out. Like, you guys, I don't even know what's happening. Duh, this is over, okay? Am I alone in that? Has anybody else ever had that moment where you're just like, it's better to just close this thing down than really just keep this painful moment going, okay? It's happened to the best of us, guys. And this is the deal, and I will give this entire slide to my husband, because many of you say, when that moment happens, everybody falls off, and nobody's paying it forward, nobody's getting results, nobody's even talking to you. They've seen your message on Facebook and they still haven't replied. Oh, yes. You're like, gosh, challenge groups just must not work. But we're up here telling you that challenge groups do work. But the issue is, you guys aren't realizing that you're the CEO of your own business. And when something doesn't work, you have the ability to change it. It's the beautiful, beautiful thing. And Britt and I had to sit down at the kitchen table and ask ourselves, what do we have to do differently to make sure this never happens again? And today, before you leave this room, you need to have answered that question. What do I need to do differently so that my groups never freaking bomb ever again, okay? And for us, it was 2 words: set expectations. On day 1 of what we call prep week, I do a video, and guys, this is like a video. Like, some of you are freaking froking out right now. Don't do it, okay? You just hold your phone in selfie mode, let it shake, okay? And just record a video. Put your freaking computer up there and just talk to it, okay? And you just tell them what to expect. I literally tell them, you must, in all caps, bolded, italicized, and highlighted in pink, sorry, boys, must check the page every single day. But I also explain to them what a pinned post is, how it's pinned to the top of the challenge group page, and I also explain how it looks different on their phone. Many people wait for that post to show up in their news feed when they should be going directly into the Facebook group, but they don't know that. So your job is right out the gate to set expectations. I will tell you, every successful coach who runs these challenge groups like clockwork does this, but they do it differently. Like Brittany and I totally do it differently. I personally have an entire week, Monday through Sunday, of prep. So let's just say I was gonna start a challenge group on August 3rd. Everybody would need to order by August 2nd, and on Monday the 3rd, I plop those suckers right into my group, and while they're waiting on their program, I'm getting them prepped. Whereas Brittany has a preseason. She'll get them in there 3, 4, maybe 5 days ahead of time, and just gets them prepped and ready to go then. Could you do it in just a quick weekend? What's the answer?
Yes.
Yes, but regardless, you've got to go through this. You've got to help them create a workout schedule for the week. Some of you don't realize, I'm about to like wake up your little eyeballs, that some people are like me and they don't do these programs from start to finish. I'm a Beachbody Live instructor. I do PYO in the gyms, y'all. When I do this, you make a noise. That's my face. That was like, that's your cue to go, woohoo. But I work out in the gyms. I have so many people who are training for races, triathlons, 5Ks that want to incorporate running. Sometimes when somebody's like me, who needs to learn to hybrid, you've got to help them create their workout schedule. You also have to teach them the benefits of drinking Shakeology daily. And I go over how to have 4 to 6 planned meals a day. Meaning they know every meal they're going to eat for every single meal of the next week. They got their grocery list done, and they've already told me that they've gone grocery shopping, or at least what day they're going grocery shopping on. Leave nothing to chance. What else is on there? Track and share your progress. How many of you are so thankful you took that awful before picture? Just be honest with yourself right now. Okay, I'm going to give you my word. They're called goodbye pictures. You can have that. I tell every single one of my challengers, you're taking your goodbye pictures, and in order for them to actually officially start, they must send it to me. They have to. If they don't, I send them that not so nice tough love message that says, if I don't have it by tonight, you can't start this with us. You get to decide what you want from them, if you want their measurements, if you want them to give you their weight, whatever the case may be. But you've got to figure out how to explain to them that they have to track and share their progress. But more importantly, write this down. Put a big star by that one. To share your daily health and fitness activities. You may not realize this, but they may not know what the heck they're supposed to be posting. They don't know they're supposed to post sweaty selfies. That's what we do. They got to learn. We literally teach them. You've got to tell us once you've done your workout. Do a collage of the food that you're eating today, and then post it to the page so that you're sharing with us every single day what's happening. But I also make sure that they know that there's going to be days that really suck, where they bring donuts into the office, where they woke up late, something happens, they're getting their workout in at 11 o'clock at night, life happens. but I want them to post those moments on the page so that everybody else can motivate and inspire them. So when we're on here, I make sure every single one of my challengers know that they're not on an island by themselves, that they've got to be present and there to encourage everybody, so that when they're having a good day and somebody's having a not so hot day, they're there to lift them up, motivate, and inspire them. But above all, we teach them how to set those goals. And guys, you've got to let them know that it's a baby step-by-step process, because some of them, like many of you guys have, you just get discouraged super, super quick.
You guys, it doesn't end with them, though. You might be wondering, okay, yeah, but what's my role as the coach here? What's my role? Yeah, it's good. It's so important and critical to set expectations of the challenger, but we as coaches, we set the tone for the entire group. So this next slide is a list of exactly how, really, Allie and I keep our challengers motivated every single month. You guys, things like creating a daily post, including a call to action. This is so important. This is crucial. You've got to ask them to do something. You've got to give them a job. Post a picture. Post in the comments. Fill in the blank. Share your heart. Something for them to do. Ask for the engagement. Lead by example and stay consistent. Of course, it means being proof the products work. We ourselves have to be drinking our Shakeology, doing our workout, eating clean, and posting in the group. But there's also a leadership component to it. For example, Allie and I post in our groups at the same time every single day, and our challengers begin to expect that. Create fun themes. That's not really my jam. That's more Allie's jam. I do one or two.
Motivational Monday, Tasty Tuesday, Wacky Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Flex Friday, Saturday. She was like, I don't do that, Allie. I was like, well, you can.
You can do that. If that's not your thing, do one or two like me. It's fun. It keeps them engaged. Celebrate the weekly stats that encourage the behavior that they're doing. So if you have a standout challenger that's crushing their fitness journey, of course, share that transformation, the inches lost, the pounds lost, the size lost, whatever it is. But it doesn't have to be about numbers. You could simply highlight the motivator of the week, but celebrate that behavior that you want to keep seeing in the culture of your group. Personally follow up with those who fall off. Allie and I do something called track, simply meaning we keep track of the challengers in our group, and if they are participating in the daily assignment. That way, if they start to fall off, we can be their coach and reach out to them. You guys, you probably know this. The number one sign that someone has fallen off in their fitness journey is what? They stop engaging in the group. So if you want to host in challenge groups that are engaging, you've got to engage. And so if somebody stops showing up, reach out to them, Facebook message them. If they're not answering their Facebook message, text them, call them. It's not about hounding them. It's about genuinely taking an interest in what's going on in their life. See if there's something that you can do to help them or encourage them. Create the value around Shakeology. You guys know, and if you don't, check out the Coach Elaine Office videos. There are countless resources from Carl, Isabel, Darren, all around the value of Shakeology, and it is our job to make sure that we're passing that on to our challengers. What we can do as coaches is personally reach out to our challengers, make sure they're enjoying their Shakeology. They love their flavor. Please make sure they're not pouring Shakeology in a cup of water and stirring it with a spoon. It's not going to go over well. Check in with them. Make sure that they're making it, they love it, and they're drinking it every day. Remind them of their ship date.
Yep.
You guys, there is nothing more demotivating, in my opinion, than not knowing that your Shakeology is going to be charged and shipped again. It's in the fine print, but many people don't read that. So our job is to motivate them, keep them motivated. So A, you check in with them personally, making sure that they are drinking their Shakeology every day, and B, remind them of their ship date.
Yep. And we've got this slide up here because, guys, I need you to hear me and hear me loudly. It is your job to inspire your challengers to want to take this amazing life that they've been given, this amazing second chance that I said before that they've been given, and inspire countless others. And we'll stand up here and tell you that usually it's about a 50-50 split, meaning at least 50% of the people that we bring onto our team as working coaches come from our challenge groups. It's our job to help teach them and make them actually see that what we do is so much fun. Is what we do fun? Yes. You have to relay that on to them. And then, more importantly, you have to make them believe in their soul that they can do what you do. Okay?
You guys, we've got to identify our standouts. You've got to highlight those results, both live in the group, celebrating that stuff that's going on, and also in personal message. So it all comes back to me have you ever considered? It all comes back to have you ever considered. So when I have a challenger that is standing out, this is what works well for me. I'll message him or her and say, hey, I just got to say thank you for the involvement and the participation that you are bringing to this group. You are encouraging a lot of other challengers. Have you ever considered joining the team or becoming a coach? And for me, this is the crucial part. After the have you ever considered, I add in 1 to 2 personalized sentences that genuinely wrap up why I think that individual person would make a great coach. Personalize it.
Yep. But can I tell you what I do? I even taught Brittany how to do this. It's so good. I offer them up in the group, what's next? So take a picture of this, my loves.
It's money.
What I do the last weekend, so first take a picture because I need you to take notes after this. There you go. And I hear them all clicking, flashes are going. On the last maybe Saturday or Sunday of the group, I give them 4 options. Option 1, to do another round. Option 2, to change it up. 3, become an apprentice coach and co-lead the next group with me. Or 4, gracefully bow out. I actually made a video that explains each of these. What is do another round? Do some people see their success in 21 days and they lose 100 pounds in 21 days? No, they need to be in multiple groups. Maybe they want to do the 21-day fix 3 times in a row before they graduate to the fix extreme. So I allow them to be in the next round, and they get to decide if that's the option they want. Option 2, change it up. This is the option that you give them if one of 2 things are happening. 1, they track their results and they've hit a plateau. Or 2, they're bored. If they're bored, they've been doing the same workout, and they don't have that same excitement. So you give them the ability to do another round, but to change it up with a new program or a new flavor of Shakeology or whatever the case may be. Option 3 is one of my favorites because what you're doing is kind of like leaking the details. You can send personal messages after this to those standouts, but in my quick video that I do, I explain to them that I'm looking for people, and I personally mentor people every single month to do what I do, and that they can still be on their journey. But I'm looking for a few people who absolutely love what they're doing and that they'd love to utilize their story to help their family and friends. And then I mentioned that they could get a 25% discount. Go team, okay? But I give them the option to be a coach or an apprentice coach. I want you to spice this up and make it sound however it fits best with your business. But what happened was, you got people who will see this video in the first group. Maybe they do another round, and they're like, I think I'm almost ready. Like, they'll even write in the comments, I think I'm almost ready for option 3. You're dropping the hints. You're dropping the hints. And then, of course, gracefully bow out. Does this mean quit? The answer is no. But do you have people in your groups that have to, like, go on vacation, or they go on work trips and they're going to be off of Facebook? I give them the option to gracefully bow out so they don't feel bad. And every single challenge group, we have people come back. They're coming back because when I give them the option to gracefully bow out, they're only bowing out for 1 month. And then I tell them what the date of our next challenge group is, and I put it in their hands and say, it's on you to come back to me right before that group starts and remind me to give you the details to get in. But I want you to write this down. If you're going to do this, you can't just make this post and then disappear. The fortune is in the follow-up. Write that down. The fortune is in the follow-up. If somebody wants to do another round, you've got to get them the information to get into that group. If somebody wants to change it up, you've got to go back to that handout that I told you that's going to be in the Summit Coach app and go back to that interview style and start interviewing them, asking them questions to see what it is that they need to change it up. So if somebody says that they want to become a coach, do you just leave it? Just be like, okay, crap, I don't know what to say now. No, go talk to them. All you got to do is talk to them and share your heart, and then point them to a presentation, a video, a webinar from your upline. You've got an amazing introducing Team Beachbody video in your Coach online office, in your video library, that you could send to them to show them more information, and then get them set up and ready to go. And of course, if they gracefully bow out, what do you have to do if they gracefully bow out? You've got to tell them when your next challenge is going to start. I know, by the way, every day that my groups are going to start for the rest of the year. And if you don't, that needs to be something that you do this coming week, is map it out so that when somebody can't be a part of your group or needs to gracefully bow out, you give them the information to do so. So, are you ready for this?
All right, you guys, it's time to take some action. I know you're putting away your notebooks. Get them back out. I'm about to give you your action steps. So number your pieces of paper 1 through 3. Go ahead right now. 1, 2, 3.
I hear the paper turning. That's so fabulous.
Heads down. Okay, number 1. On your piece of paper right now, I want you to name what kind of group are you going to do? What kind of group are you going to host? Remember, we gave you the options: a size launch group, a group where they can pick any program. It's 21 days, it's 7 days, a nutrition group, a free group. It doesn't matter what kind of group you do. We just want to know what group you're going to do, not what kind you hope to do, what kind you are going to do. Go ahead, write it down right now. What kind of group? Number 2, I want you to write down with a big fat star next to it that you're going to start your group on August 3rd. This August 3rd.
2015.
Now, whether or not August 3rd is day 1 of your prep week or day 1 of day 1, that's up to you. But August 3rd is your start date. That's number 2. Number 3, and the last thing that I want you to write down is Monday, start inviting. That was step 1, getting the word out. So you need to start inviting on Monday because that's 2 weeks out. So that gives you 2 weeks to promote, to invite, to start that process. So number 1, what kind of group? Number 2, August 3rd. Number 3, start inviting on Monday, which is July 20th.
So how much information has been put into your brain today? It's that moment. It's like, I don't really know because my brain hurts. So do my feet and my knees and my back. You've gotten so much information. And a lot of times, people always say like, oh, I don't know where to start. And I want you guys to realize something. If we can teach you anything, if you take away anything that I say today, anything that Brittany has said today, it's that we want you to learn how to fail forward. It is my promise to you that I have done everything in this business wrong. Brent will even tell you, everything in this business wrong at least twice. First time was an accident. I believed I just personally screwed it up, so I did it again, and then it really bombed. It's real bad. It's real bad. I'm telling you right now, I never quit, though. I never stopped. And I promise you, if you will get the mentality of failing forward, you are going to kill this thing. Mm-hmm. The title of this was From Invitation to Transformation. And our job is to be able to help you inspire those people in your groups to want to take that second chance that they've been given and help so many other people do the same. But it's only going to work, and it's only going to happen when you stay in the game and you take action. So this is the deal. Can you promise me that you're going to take the next steps to get your group going on August 3rd? What's the answer? Can you promise me whenever you do those missteps, you're not going to quit? What's the answer? So I need everybody on your feet. We're going to finish this thing out right. It's your last session of the day.
Come on, up.
Guys, it's your last session of the day.
Woo! Come on, guys.
So, she's already made you vow. She already made you pinky promise and pledged to be the image to your words. Now, you're not going to hold this in, because what happens when you don't tell anybody what you're going to do? When you don't do it, nobody knows. So everybody in this room is about to know what type of challenge group you're running on August 3rd. So on the count of 3, you're going to scream bloody murder at the top of your lungs and make everybody outside extremely nervous. Are you ready? Say yes. I don't believe you. Are you ready? Okay, on your marks. 1, 2, 3! I heard sighs so loud. You guys are awesome.
Thank you guys so much. We hope this has helped.